Have you completed the message?
I have.
Thank you very much. Be sure that I can't see it. Hold it so that I can't possibly see what you have written. I'm going to ask you to watch this slate particularly, and a mark of identification which I place upon the front of the slate. This also is ordinary number bed. Now, keep your eye upon the slate, please. Your eye upon the star, and concentrate your mind upon the name of the person that has departed. The name comes to me clearly. The spirits seem to whisper. Is that Emma?
It is.
Emma, that is right. Emma was born in the month of April?
She was.
She was, yes, upon the 4th day of April.
That is right.
And the spirits tell me she was born in the year 1834.
Yes.
Is that 100% correct?
It is.
Emma was your great-grandmother, your grandmother? Oh, yes, your grandmother, to be sure. Now I believe that you have confidence in my ability, haven't you?
I do have.
Yes, from now on, things should be easy. Thousands of people have been made to believe in spiritualism by this simple slate-writing trick. And the act of lifting the upper slate, the lower one containing the writing, is brought into view of the medium, who secretly reads the message, which has been written by the subject. So you brought the $10 note with you, did you, for a donation to the spirit world?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm going to ask you to place it inside of this envelope, please, and seal it up carefully. After doing that, it is important that you place it inside of this box. I'm going to place that box and ask you to put your hands on top of it, simply to psychometrize the box. At the same time, I'm going into a trance to see whether or not the spirits are willing to accept your offer. Yes, spirits. Yes, I believe they are. Yes, I think they are quite willing to accept your donation. Now, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll take that $10 note from off the envelope in spiritualistic fashion. We'll simply burn your money. The spirits demand that I do that. It's part of the ceremony, and you don't mind, do you?
No.
After all, it's all for the good of the cause. Now, there it goes, the envelope and the money. I'll tell you what I'd like you to do. You take this aspis and place it in a small bag and tie it around your neck. You sleep upon that comfortably for 4 or 5 days. And you return to the seance parlor, and I will see whether or not the spirits have accepted your offering in its entirety. After the subject has left the seance parlor, it is quite a simple matter for the bogus medium to remove the actual or original envelope from out the compartment in the trick box, and then help himself to the money, which is quite intact and not of the slightest bit injured by the fire. Most spiritualistic tricks are necessarily accomplished in the dark. The one I am about to offer is the famous table levitation trick, in which the table floats about freely in midair while the subject's hands are resting lightly upon the tabletop. The forces are weighing. Up goes the table. Up, 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 and down again. The miracle is accomplished. The mysterious effect of table levitation is really easily accomplished. 2 of the medium's assistants or confederates wear this attached to their arm. By placing the hook below the tabletop, it is a simple matter to cause the table to rise.
In the world's film capital is the studio that stands as a monument to the great genius of Walt Disney, master of a new form of popular art that has captivated millions of moviegoers. With the antics of his entrancing animated cartoon characters, he has built an enterprise that employs 700 skilled and highly specialized artistic workers. Upon the simple theory of animation, a new art has been created. Cartoons are drawn in different poses as on the pages of a book. Riffle the pages and the cartoons go into action. The first step in the making of animated cartoons is a conference of directors, technical experts, and artists who draw the characters first in pencil sketches. This animator studies his own facial contortions in a mirror to produce the ludicrously realistic expressions of Pluto the pup. On a drawing board illuminated from below, each move is drawn as a separate picture by the animators. All this is preliminary rough drawing and is done in pencil. Thousands of sketches like this are necessary for the completion of each animated cartoon film. Next, the pencil sketches are photographed a single sheet at a time. Then the film is viewed on a small projection machine called a moviola by the cutters who put the various sequences together in a preliminary story. Now in the projection room, the rough story and penciled animation is reviewed. The okayed sketches go next to the tracing department, a separate building of the Disney establishment. Here each minute line is reproduced in ink on sheets of celluloid. Great care is taken that every characteristic and detail put in by the original artist is faithfully copied. In the chemical laboratory, paint colors are blended from secret formulas in preparation for the job of finishing off the celluloid tracings. More than 1,500 different shades have been used on a single production. Meanwhile, a director goes to work with composers who create a music score to fit the film footage of each sequence. Often, the director acts out the moods and antics of Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck. Now, a symphony orchestra rehearses the special music score. The sound department swings into action. The traced overlays are assembled, and as the component parts of the production are shaping up, artists are at work painting the stage settings of the animated cartoon story, the backgrounds done in watercolor. Over these paintings, the finished celluloids are placed to make the completed pictures. As each individual picture becomes a finished composition with background and overlays, it's ready to be photographed for one frame of motion picture film. Under the master Technicolor camera, the same background is used for each sequence, but the traced color celluloid is used for only one shot, and so a distinctively American form of art comes to light.